Hey, it's okay. Happy New Year's. This is another live stream drawing from the Okayokayokok channel. All right, we're going to be coloring. This coloring episode is working from Tales from Crypt Keeper 7. I'm going to be doing a little lightning stormy sky. This is a hospital we've got down here, and it's going to be a fun little experiment with clouds and lightning. So yeah, I have not practiced this for a while. So my plan to do this little scene is to start out with a kind of a mid-tone color like you've seen here. It's kind of a mid saturation with a mid brightness factor. It's not too bright, it's not too dark. And we're going to build dark clouds on top of this. We're going to use a cloud brush. I'm going to use the 800 one. 1-800 brushes. Okay, so you can get these brushes by just Googling them, download brushes, and make sure you're doing it safely. But we're going to go on and let's see, let's pick a color. You don't want to use just black or else it's going to feel dead and not interesting. We want to use, let's say that the sky is going to be this blue and the lightning is going to be kind of a green like this right here. So we're going to go with a like a blue, a dark blue. Let's see if it would look better as a dark green. Let's do dark green for the sky clouds. This is the underside of the clouds. We always want the upper part of the sky. Whenever there's a stormy sky, you want the upper part to be dark and the light to be below. That gives, it's like the underlit feeling in a like a scary movie kind of thing, and it helps convey this eerie, scary feeling, mood, atmosphere. So I'm just kind of lightly pushing down some clouds and stuff, and we're going to continue with that. Remember, dark up on top. Now let's get an even darker. Like so, there's spots where the sun is just not even getting through. A little bit darker. We're going to leave a little bit of patches of bright, but I'd say right now this sky is looking very menacing. We're going to give it just a little bit more of darkness up here. Alright, I think that's good. This little spot is going to be where I want the lightning to come from. We're going to do a little bit smaller brush, get a little variety of clouds coming in through there. And it's starting to look a little too detailed because it needs to be a little bit blurry. It's the background, and we don't want it to be more realistic than the foreground. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with this, what's called lightning. So I'm going to get a new layer. How I like to do lightning is we're going to do a new layer. We're going to play with the layer style just a little bit. We'll put in a little bit of outer glow. Let's see, we'll make this kind of green looking thing right here. And once we get a, sorry, that was R2D2 over there. We're going to get a little hard light. We're going to make sure it's not completely 100% opacity. We're going to use a soft, let's see, kind of a 8% 8 pixel thing. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we could use 19. This is the pressure brush, but we want it to be a very small brush. So I'm going to go with a 100% flow because this brush is very sensitive, and I've already done a penciling of the lightning strike. So I'm going to bring it up here. I'm going to turn on, let's turn the color down so I can kind of follow this line. Alright, let's get it going here. Oh, I am drawing in black. That was one thing I needed to change. We're going to go with a white. And I'm actually going to change this to a 3, get even smaller. Alright, I'm going to start right here where the lightning was supposed to come out, and I'm just winging this lightning. Let's pick another spot where it's going to break right there. Alright, that looks pretty awesome. We're going to turn off the pencil layer. We're going to turn back the color to 100%, and this is what our lightning is looking like. We can also keep that white, change brush just a little bit. Let's go for something like a 500 and make it even smaller. And what we do now is we're going to do very light, kind of paint in a little bit of an outer edge or outer glow, make it a little bit wider than the rest of the part. And I might have done that a little too much. You have to be really careful not to do too much. And it is New Year's Eve. I've always found New Year's Eve, it is kind of hard to celebrate. He's like, what do you do on New Year's Eve? I don't know what there is to do. I'm not much of a go out to the bar and drink kind of person. And so I don't know. I think I would probably enjoy like playing games indoors more so than going out. But what do you like to do on New Year's Eve? I know if you have kids, it's very difficult to celebrate New Year's Eve because you probably have to have a babysitter or something. But I've always found it hard in the past. All right, so let's quit talking about New Year's Eve for a second and go back to this. Now we have to create the little place in the clouds where this lightning is coming from. We want it to be like this bright. I'm going to use this as a reference over here. And I don't know, we don't actually see where it comes from the clouds, so it's not a good reference for that. But let's say that we're just going to imagine what it would be like. I'm using the layer with the outer glow. Let's use a bigger, actually that kind of messed it up. I'm just going to lightly paint on here some kind of like some reflections from the lightning. And now let's get this brush, which is kind of just this little tiny, I'm going to make it tiny. I'm not sure that's good enough. We're going to do it right around, it's too big. Let's get this 9 brush and see how that can work out, because we just want it to be kind of this break in the clouds. We want some highlights going on. Alright, so there we have a little bit of a break in the clouds where the lightning is coming from. It might help to create a bit of a multiply effect going on to get a variation in the colors. Let's go with kind of a purplish, this color right here. We'll try to implement that color into the background to make the foreground and background feel more connected. So we're getting a multiply layer over here. I'm going to use a gradient to pull it from the top, and there, I think that looks good. And then we'll just change this color up slightly. Let's imagine it is going to be a little bit of a kind of a ugly green from the lights, and let's kind of get a variation of texture going on. There we go. And now we have a very menacing looking hospital at night. So the next thing I want to do is to create a little rain. So I'm going to take this very light gray color. We'll leave it to be, let's see, do we want a warm color or more of a blue color? Cool or warm? Let's see. I was having a debate about this with someone the other day. Maybe you could leave a comment and tell me what you think. Is there such thing as a warm blue or a warm purple, I guess? My thoughts are there's no warm blues. It's all cool. That's if something's cooler, it has more of a blue tone to it. But anyways, what do you think? Here we go. We're gonna do some rain. I'm just gonna pull this down. I do have it penciled, and so I want to take another look at that penciled version right before I start. I want to see if it's all coming in one direction or if it's kind of looking like it's perspective rain. And probably perspective rain, I mean, it's kind of coming there and kind of angling out. And I don't know. I think I want to do the perspective rain. I can't really tell if I did that originally, but here we go. All right, so let's turn off the pencil. All right, and let's get a box selected because we're going to be going over the lines, and let's make sure that we don't get out of hand. It makes it easier to clean up. So I'm going to get a small brush, let's say a 4. We might go to a 3 for some of these. And then I'm going to do very long strokes. And again, you can play with the flow on this. You can go to a light flow or a heavy flow. We're going to do lots of these down here by the pavement. It'll help get the effect of it's kind of bouncing off the ground. Alright, let's go ahead and turn up the layers colors so we can kind of see what we're doing here. Alright, this is looking good. And I just continue to do this. We're going to go straight up from the corner. Oh shoot, I am drawing on the, how do I get back on this layer? Okay, so I'm coloring on the color layer. I didn't mean to do that, but I got too far and I don't want to go back now. It's not like it's going to cause a problem, so let's just go on to this new layer, and this way we'll have a nice little variation, some on a different layer, some on the color layer. I'm going to put this on top of the ink layer. So some of it's going to be going over the inked black lines. And these don't have to be straight lines necessarily. It just helps to show that they're directional lines. And that was too far that way. Let's go back. Alright, and we might draw some water kind of cascading down this little overhang. Alright, draw a little bit of a wash, kind of washing down this thing. And it's just kind of droopy lines. Wavy lines to kind of show that there's water running along here. You don't have to do much other than that. Just kind of suggest that there's water. Kind of give it some perspective. Alright. And that's really too far away to kind of show that there's water dripping. I think it works down here on this because it's kind of closer and it helps establish that it's in the foreground. So I'm going to kind of erase that. Let's see. I think we've got about all we need. Sometimes you can do like a little foggy mist. Let's add a new layer before doing it, just so we can see if it looks good before we continue with it. Because whenever there's raining, there's usually some atmospheric misting and fogging, and it just makes the rain look more natural to me. So we might have just this little layer of fog going on, and that looks good enough to me. We might want to use an eraser and kind of gradiate these lines, rain lines, make it look like they kind of come out of the clouds a little bit. Alright, and there we go. There is a rainy thunderstorm scene, and you can change the color of the lightning by just changing this outer glow. Let's pull the screen up just a little bit so you can see this. Okay. Change. Let's see here. We got a green. If we want to go to a blue, there's a blue, which looks pretty nice. There's a violet. Let's see what we're gonna go with. I like the green or the yellowish green. That's pretty good. I think we want to go for something realistic. So I don't know, the green is kind of spooky and menacing, so I think we'll kind of stick with the green. There's either that or this, and I just don't think that works with the color scheme I'm going with. We'll keep it at that. Alright, so there's a little tutorial on doing some lightning and like a thunderstorm scene in your comics. I hope this has been helpful to you. This is again Tales from the Crypt Keeper 7. It's a nice little scary comic, scary story. And where is this? We're gonna quickly erase the lines we didn't. Oh, that was the wrong layer. Okay, so we're gonna quickly erase these lines by just using big selection boxes and the delete or the cut. Oh shoot, where is this thing? Now I don't know where. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, we added a new layer. I forgot. So I'll just cut these out. Let's see. I think that's all we need to do. There's one little bit of line up here. Cut that. And there you go. Happy New Year's. And this is lightning tutorial with a little bit of rain and the storm. Alright, thank you for watching. This is Okayokayokok. If you'd like to visit my site or my gallery over on DeviantArt, there's a link down there in the description. Hit the thumbs up, like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want more and to support the channel. Thank you for all the support you've given so far. It's been great. And hope you have a happy new year. So I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.